Miss Bobby.
Yo.
Bobberoni.
Mm-hmm.
Bobsarella cheese pizza.
Ooh.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We just had some pizza. It was pretty good stuff.
It's pretty appropriate that we just ate pizza.
Yeah.
Because we have a pizza-themed episode today.
Nice.
And guess what? It's going to shock you.
Okay.
I'm glad you're sitting down.
I am. I'm sitting.
Because
I'm ready.
I have a meme for you to look at.
All right. A meme.
All right.
You threw me off with that last episode. We didn't have a meme. All right. We got a meme. All right. It's from The Office. We got a bunch of panels here. I don't watch The Office. What is this guy's name? Is it Michael?
Michael Scott, yeah.
Michael Scott and Pam?
Yeah, Pam.
Pam.
Yeah.
All right, we got Michael Scott and Pam. All right, Michael Scott is saying, Pizzagate is real. Pam says, no, it isn't. We have experts. Michael says, they've trafficked children. Pam says, but we have experts. Michael says, your expert just went to jail for child porn. And Pam has just got a look on her face.
All right. So, Pizzagate sounds like a weird thing to be bringing up today.
Does. Yeah.
Because it's a very old thing.
Well, so is The Office.
True, yeah, but the Office is used for meme formats all the time because a lot of the scenes, I guess, are very memorable for people. I've only seen a little bit of The Office, and what I've seen is funny, but I haven't really gone through and watched the whole thing. I probably should give it a try. I don't know if you happen to see who shared that meme.
No, I didn't pay any attention. I'm sorry.
It was Elon Musk
Oh, okay.
sharing a a Pizzagate meme. Yeah, I have my work cut out for me today.
Okay.
But I don't have to explain to you what Pizzagate is myself. Once again, making their second appearance is the Church of Satan.
Oh, boy.
So, working out their meme muscles as not to get logy, the Church of Satan posted this meme in response to some genius on Twitter. And, of course, it's in my least favorite meme format there is. And that is...
The Willy Wonka thing?
That's right. The pretentious Willy Wonka meme.
Why do we keep dragging Willy into this?
I know, but this time, I'm on their side.
Okay.
So it's got the Willy Wonka, leaning on his fist. And at the top, it says, tell me again about all the elites raping children in secret satanic rituals that there's no evidence to support, while ignoring all the Christians who have actually been arrested and churches that have paid to protect child rapists and their clergy. While I hate the meme format, they got a good point.
Yeah.
But in order to understand this point, we should get to what they are responding to. Now, the post they are responding to is from a person named Liz Crokin.
Okay.
You might hear me say Kronkin a couple of times. I mean Crokin. My stupid fucking phone keeps autocorrecting it to Kronkin, no matter how many times I write Crokin.
I hate
It's
autocorrect.
Crokin. There's no N in it, but my phone keeps wanting to add that, and it's driving me crazy. But this is the post from Liz Crokin. The satanic pedophile elites are not just raping, trafficking, and torturing children. They also commit satanic ritual abuse on children. There's a ton of evidence that suggests the monsters involved in Pizzagate were using children for satanic rituals. Tony and John Podesta's art depict SRA, satanic ritualistic abuse. Marina Abramovic was conducting satanic spirit cooking. Jesus Christ, that's so weird.
Spirit cooking?
I have to reread this. Oh. Marina Abramovic was conducting satanic spirit cooking dinners that were rituals. Hillary Clinton has been engaging in witchcraft for years, and even Bill Clinton has participated in voodoo rituals in Haiti with Hillary. And I could go on and on. Please don't. So, clearly a very level head on this Liz Crokin.
Sure.
And when she says I could go on and on, typically that's where you stop. But no, she just keeps going. And I'm going to skip a good portion of this, but I'll get down to this Last part here. How many lives could Megan have saved if she had told the truth about Pizzagate in 2016 instead of running cover for the elites involved in crimes against children? So she thinks Megyn Kelly is involved in this cover-up for these satanic rituals that are taking place. So who is Liz Crokin? Let's listen to a clip of a podcast that is just great, entitled, in all caps for some reason, Health Media Now, Liz Crokin, Secrets to Overcoming Serious Illness. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, hello, listeners. Thank you so much for joining us today, which is, by the way, January 14th, 2016. We have just a great guest today. Her name is Liz Crokin, and we're going to be talking about the secrets to overcoming serious illnesses, but more importantly, her book called Malice. And we'll discuss her motivation behind writing that book. Just to give you a little background, she's a seasoned journalist, and she covered Hollywood full-time pretty much for over a decade, until in October of 2012, when doctors diagnosed her with viral meningitis, a horribly serious condition. It swelled her brain. She ended up with some brain damage. She wasn't able to work or care for herself. It was basically a real nightmare. And so we'll get more into what happened to her and why she has this really big goal of educating and helping others who struggle with illnesses in their lifetime. So let me bring her onto our show now. Welcome, Liz.
Hi, Denise. Thank you so much for having me on.
We're just delighted. I usually start my show out. I usually start my show out by asking my guests how they got on the path that they're on today, but with you, we've pretty much answered that question.
No, you didn't. So, that is a podcast that I had to listen to. I mean, obviously didn't have to, but if I'm going to learn things, well, find out stuff. I don't want to say listening to that podcast teaches a goddamn thing. If that was recorded in 2016, why does it sound like she recorded it in 2004 on a flip phone while jogging drunk? Like, it's awful. Like, anyway, the whole thing is terrible.
Yeah.
So Liz Crokin, she was a Hollywood reporter, and she had traveled to the West Coast from a wealthy Chicago, Illinois suburb. She reported on Hollywood for more than 10 years. Unfortunately, this career was essentially ended when she came down with a case of meningitis, which she claims damaged her brain to the point that made her unable to work. Also, according to her, she fell in love with an older divorced man who had kids and, quote, got serious very fast. So she gets together with this divorced older man who has kids, and they talk about moving in together. They talk about getting married. So pretty serious stuff. About 6 months into their relationship, Crokin started noticing some vaginal symptoms, and she initially thought it was a UTI. But it turned out, according to Crokin, that her boyfriend had knowingly infected her with herpes.
Oh.
On October 8th, 2012, she came down with a case of meningitis, which she claims was caused by the herpes, which is pretty likely to be true, because herpes can lead to meningitis. She also claimed that the swelling in her brain caused brain damage that left her unable to keep a job or even take care of herself. But don't worry, her brain healed itself.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Now, if her claims about her capabilities during that time are true, for example, the damage to her brain being so severe that she was unable to read or write, or at least significantly reduced in her ability to do so, and also being confused by simple things such as where to put the salt and pepper away in the kitchen, then her recovery is significant. She now walks and talks and does interviews and says these kind of things.
Now, Rainn Wilson, let's get back to him for a second. This man, I started doing some research on him. Guess what? He's involved with the charity in Haiti.
Wow.
Any celebrity that is involved with work in Haiti, you better believe they're involved in child sex trafficking. Okay? So the guy
Bit of a
who
leap.
openly talks about cannibalism, eating babies, and raping babies, who just happens to be involved in a charity that allegedly helps kids in Haiti. Okay? Now, Rain, not ironically, guess what? His house was one of the houses that was burned down the other day. Guess what? A lot of people who are up to their eyeballs in child sex trafficking have had their homes burned down. Burning evidence much? I don't think it's a coincidence, Chris.
So, according to Crokin, the California wildfires that happened about 5 years ago, I think, which they've happened every year since.
I was going to say they happen all the time.
I think she's referring to the ones that happened about 5 years ago, like kind of shortly after the earthquake in Haiti. She believes that those fires were set on purpose to burn evidence of people's involvement in child sex trafficking in Haiti.
Sure, makes sense.
It's a bit of a stretch. I mean, to say the least, that was a bit of a stretch. Like,
it could work, though. It could work. Yeah, sure. I got evidence of awful things in my house. Let's burn it down. There's a fire somewhere. It's got to be connected, right? Well, an ember from California flew over to.
Yeah, I kind of live in the woods, like
there's trees everywhere, man.
Yeah. Jesus. So Crokin obviously loves conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be nothing too absurd or too bullshit smelling for her to just dive face first right into. So, of course, Pizzagate is going to be one of her favorite things. So, let's clarify some details on Pizzagate. It all seems to have began when WikiLeaks released some emails from John Podesta, who was Hillary Clinton's campaign manager.
Mm-hmm.
This happened about a month before the 2016 election. Of course, it didn't take long for Redditors and 4chan users to scour the emails looking for dirt on the campaign.
Sure.
Now, Bobby, you may not be prepared for what they found. Okay?
All right.
I don't mean to scare you.
Okay.
I just mean to warn you.
I can take it.
Now, menacingly, Bobby, the emails mentioned pizza.
Pizza?
So one 4chan user used his big brain to make a connection.
Sure.
Pizza, cheese pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese pizza's initials are CP.
Ah.
And CP stands for child porn.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Bam! Got him! The Dems are raping children. Not just that. John Podesta had communicated with James Alefantis, the owner of... Guess what he owned?
Chuck E. Cheese.
He owned a... Close. He owned a pizza place.
Okay.
That's right. He owned a pizza place. A pizza place, Bobby.
Oh,
this is damning evidence. I don't know anybody who's ever eaten pizza who's not involved in... Wait, we just mentioned eating pizza. I'm not going to say that. So, James Alefantis is the owner of a place called Comet Ping Pong. And
that sounds like a fun place.
Yeah, it's a pizzeria. It sounds awesome. I kind of want to check it out.
Yeah.
But you may not want to check it out after I tell you what 4chan users have figured out.
Those 4chan users, they're never wrong.
That's right. All they do is, they release the truth. Now, sounds like a cool place. I mean, Comet Ping Pong, like ping pong space, pizza. What could go wrong? These sleuths, these analysts, these geniuses have figured out that this is the place where satanic, cannibal, child raping activities take place. They've even exposed that Comet Ping Pong has kill rooms. Kill rooms, Bobby.
Wow.
Kill rooms. Rooms where they kill.
Okay.
And Hillary Clinton and other Democrats have taken part in it.
Sure.
And it all takes place in the basement of that building. And in fact, someone got pictures of a secret basement kill room. And I want to show you.
Yes, please.
I want to show you the picture.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt at all. That couldn't be anything but a kill room, right? Wait, are there any drains in the floor? That's not a good kill room. There's no drains in the floor.
It's literally an empty basement floor.
Yeah.
Like it's an empty basement room. There's nothing
could be used
there.
for anything.
There's absolutely nothing there. Now, so far, this theory sounds very plausible.
Sure.
I know. It's very convincing. And why would they have a room like this in their basement if they weren't killing people in there? And there have been reports of sex rooms and... Oh, there's one small problem. Comet Ping Pong doesn't have a basement.
Well, there's a big flaw right there. Yeah. Wait, they don't have a basement, or they say they don't have a basement?
Reporters have gone in and they've shown them around the place, and there is no basement. It's
It could just be really cleverly hidden. Did they check under the carpets and stuff? I mean,
see, like here,
be a trap
this
door.
is the issue with conspiracy.
outside cellar.
This is the issue with conspiracy theories like this. You cannot prove a negative,
Right.
but no, there's no basement there. Like the building was not built with one. There's no basement. It doesn't exist. Now, some of these conspiracy theorists will argue that, oh no, they dug one in there. They've also been digging child trafficking tunnels under there.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Anyway, it goes on, and the fact that Elon Musk is now spreading this nonsense on a platform he now owns is a sign that he is drifting further and further into this realm of far-right approval, which is making him look, in my opinion, like he's losing a touch with reality. Some people might try to say, oh, it's troll bait. Well, I don't care. You shouldn't even pretend to believe in this kind of thing and lend credence to these conspiracy theorists. There have been shootings, assaults. Comet Ping Pong was the target of arson. Luckily, nobody died.
No, that's good.
But I have some good news regarding Elon Musk. On this past January 30th, year of our Lord 2024, Elon Musk had a major loss.
Oh.
This is from the San Francisco Chronicle. In what is considered to be one of the biggest losses in U.S. history, a Delaware judge on Tuesday, January 30th, ruled that Musk, owner of the San Francisco social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, is not entitled to the significant package awarded to him more than 5 years ago by Tesla's board of directors. The plaintiff in the case was Richard Tornetta, the former drummer of the Philadelphia thrash band Dawn of Correction. Attorneys representing Tornetta claim that Musk unilaterally dictated the compensation terms and influenced the negotiations. They also argue that shareholder approval was based on a proxy statement with incomplete and misleading information. Now, Tornetta just owns 9 shares in Tesla. But he had a strong case as to how the shareholders and the transparency in the company were completely disregarded. I just thought that was a fun side note because I just read the article this morning and I thought that was hilarious. So, Bobby, how do you feel about the Pizzagate conspiracy?
Sounds delicious. Let's have pizza.
Yeah, it makes me. I kind of, if it weren't for this conspiracy, I would not have heard of Comet Ping Pong.
Yeah.
And I would love to eat pizza at a place called Comet Ping Pong.
It sounds like fun.
It sounds fucking cool.
It kind of reminds me of that place in Toy Story. Was it Planet Pizza?
Pizza Planet.
Pizza Planet?
Pizza Planet, yeah.
Has it? Yeah.
I always wanted to start a pizza place called Pizza Overlord. But then I think I was reading it turned out to already be a thing in a cartoon,
Really? Doesn't sound familiar. Which cartoon? Do you remember? Pizza Overlord?
Yeah, because it was. I think maybe it was in Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. I can't remember.
Sure, it wasn't Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh my god, I love watching those old cartoons.
That was a great show. I don't remember. I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar, but I believe you absolutely.
Yeah, but how do you feel about Pizzagate? Huh?
I don't know.
How cool is it that Elon Musk, extremely influential individual, is spreading this stuff?
I don't know. Cool and Elon Musk don't go together in my book. Personally.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of started like when I first started seeing things from Elon Musk.
Except for the flamethrower thing. That was cool.
I like that's the thing. Is like for a long time, like I wanted to like him.
Yeah.
But then he just kept doing stupid shit. It's like
he's got potential. He really does.
he could have been so cool.
Yeah.
But he found approval in these stupid troll wings, and then he became complacent with more and more nonsense, and now he's like eating it up, and he's clearly high all the time. and not just high, but like not focused, you know? Like I'm going to play a clip from an interview with Elon Musk.
Okay.
And I want to know what your impression is. Elon Musk had been sharing some far-right propaganda, had even seemingly towed the line with some anti-Semitic stuff, and shared he shared the Pizzagate thing too. But this was a couple months ago, and this is him being asked about his reaction to so many companies pulling their advertising from his platform.
I hope they stop. Don't advertise. You don't want them to advertise? No. What do you mean? If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself. But go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob. You're in the audience. Well, let me ask you then. That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
So he seems really unfocused there.
A little bit, yeah.
He seems really odd, like in my opinion. It's difficult for me to imagine that he is in a good state of mind.
Yeah.
And what I find kind of funny is that he's clearly trying to get like a reaction out of the audience, like support from the audience. And for his first couple of comments, there's almost dead silence.
Yeah.
And then he gets a little bit of a laugh when he says, "Go fuck yourself." And so then he has to say it again, as if he's a little kid who told a joke that got attention, you know? And that's not adult behavior.
No.
It's really odd, and it's awkward and a bit unhinged. And because of his behavior, he has been once again there have been concerns about his state and his capability of continuing to run some of the companies that he runs.
Yeah.
Because there is going to be a board of directors on companies that big, and somebody had voiced maybe like a veiled concern about his drug use, and his response was, "Well, whatever I'm doing, I should probably keep doing it, huh?" Because he's so proud of himself. And the thing is, he has invented very little on his own.
Yeah.
But there are concerns that he is probably a little too drugged up to continue running such large companies.
Yeah.
And something that is kind of scary that I didn't realize until looking more into Elon Musk was that half of the satellites in the sky, half, are ones that he put up there.
That's disturbing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's villain. That's like that's super villain level of control
Right.
in the world.
I don't know much about Elon Musk. How did this guy get so stinking rich? Like, what did he do? Did he do anything? Did he inherit this money? Like, what happened?
So Elon Musk, way early back in the day, he like back in the 90s, I want to say, he with another person invented a company that you might find familiar. He and somebody else came up with an electronic payment firm called PayPal.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And he bought Tesla. You would think he invented Tesla with how like much his name is locked to it,
Right.
but he bought it.
Okay.
And that was in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So the way that he got rich was that eBay bought PayPal in 2002 for $1.5 billion,
Nice.
which in the early 2000s, that's an extra a lot of money. That's an insane purchase.
Even today, anything billion is a
yeah,
lot of
even
money.
today, that's a lot of money. But that is a lot of money, you know? And so he had excess riches to spend on all sorts of things.
No, yeah, like flamethrowers and Tesla and yeah.
Yeah, and rocket launchers too, actually.
Rocket launchers. I don't think I heard about that. Wait, but you mean like rocket launchers, like the grenade things that explode, or you mean like SpaceX rockets and like shoot them?
I mean rockets to shoot into space.
Yeah, okay,
Which are technically rocket launchers.
Yeah, well, yeah, technically.
Yeah. I don't think we call them rocket launchers here, but I know in other parts of the world, like in Europe, you'll hear people say rocket launcher, which means to.
It makes sense. That's exactly what it's doing. It's shooting a rocket.
Yeah, and with his founding of SpaceX, he like a couple of goals that I think was good with SpaceX was to reduce the cost of how much a rocket launcher costs. You know, like the thing that actually sends the rocket into space.
Well, I mean, he's the guy that's figured out how to bring them back, right? Like they re-land on the launch pad.
Yeah, then
you can reuse them.
Yeah, then reusability was another goal of that company. Yeah. So
now, did he actually figure that out, or you just hired the people who did?
He hired the people who
okay,
did. Yeah.
I was gonna say he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who could pull that off.
No, but you know, he was not. He was not exactly the most clear-headed person even back then, but he certainly was more grounded intellectually than he is now.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't sharing conspiracy theories or anything like that, but he did get a bunch of people to invest in a company, and then decided at one point that they can't do the thing that they promised that they were going to do, and just pulled out. And so all these investors were out all their money.
That sucks.
Yeah. And a lot of them were expressing concern that they had been ripped off. And Elon Musk himself in an interview is heard saying, yeah, I could see how it sounds like you got ripped off.
Because you literally did.
Because you literally ripped these people off. But yeah, it's and now this guy has purchased Twitter and changed the name to X and has turned it into a flood of right-wing trolls. Now, how that affects the worth of Twitter, that is another thing entirely. So in a year after Musk purchased Twitter, the value of Twitter dropped from $44 billion down to, how much do you think it was worth in May of 2023?
87 million.
I'm going to read from The Guardian.
Okay.
Fidelity, an asset manager that held stake in Twitter, worth about $20 million after Musk acquired the business for $44 billion.
Wow.
Said in a corporate filing that its stake was now worth just under $6.6 million. That puts the entire company, they dropped from, that puts the entire company.
That's practically nothing.
It's, so,
I mean, 6 million is still a decent amount of money, but compared to 44 billion.
the thing is though, that was one stakeholder. But when X came out, it's X now, guys. As much as we hate it, it's fucking stupid X. According to the New York Times, X says it's worth $19 billion, which is still a lot down from $44 billion last year. That is within a year.
Yeah.
It dropped from $44 billion to probably at best $19 billion.
Yeah.
And it is still going down.
Plus it's X saying the 19 billion.
Yeah,
So of course they're going to try to make it look better.
Yeah. And Fortune magazine put that it's basically 66% under what it was originally worth.
That's a hell of a loss.
That's a huge drop. That's
wow.
It's because he didn't handle the situation well, you know? And I think he was planning on, because he at some point he had some lucidity and tried to back out of the deal.
Yeah.
Problem was he already promised the deal for the $44 billion purchase.
Yeah.
And he tried to claim that the company had more bots than what they originally said were on the site. Turned out he could not prove that and couldn't provide evidence for that. And even if he could, that was not a stipulation. Like they had said there are bots on this site and we have programs to get rid of them, but they still do find their way through. And he tried to say, though, that they misled him in how many bots. Ever since he has taken over, the number of bots has increased crazily. Honestly, I think I get an insane, like, I should go through and come up with like percentage wise, but a much larger percentage of interactions on my Twitter are bots, and clearly bots, like ones that would have normally been fished out. But when Elon Musk took over the company, he laid off a huge portion of the staff to try to like make it streamlined and save money. But those were the people keeping Twitter usable, you know?
Right.
When you have a social media platform, it sounds simple because if you just think about the program itself. But when you think about how many people are interacting with this program and how many people get to have a direct effect on the communities involved, that's going to make it complicated. And so you might want to be careful about laying off half the fucking staff, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Elon Musk is sharing Pizzagate memes, which in my opinion means he's lost his fucking mind. And he seems to have a long time ago, but this is a threshold that I didn't specifically expect him to cross.
Right.
But anyway, any further thoughts?
He should have laid off more of those bots than he did the big ones.
Well, the bots don't work for Twitter.
Yeah.
They just pretend to be people and then they get on Twitter. Thank you all so much for listening. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.